The Upper Arkansas River rages with the same passion as its visitors.
Rivers are just fabulous. They're like people. Every river has a different personality.
It's challenging, it's exhilarating, it's adrenaline.
It's a really huge sense of freedom.
If these rapids could speak this day, they would tell the story of a partnership forged between two companies of warriors, veterans whose bodies bear the wounds of war, and another team of service members who came to this river to learn, to see, and to understand. Team River Runner is suiting up. They are wounded warriors, adrenaline junkies, who come together to tackle whitewater.
Give them the kayak and let them go out and paddle and be back in the game again, get life again.
Joe Mornini is their captain. He founded Team River Runner back in the summer of 2004, a nonprofit organization born out of Mornini's love of paddle sports and his desire to help America's disabled veterans find peace and health and healing.
Well, my dad's a World War II vet, and I really love this country, and I want to support those that have supported us.
Team River Runner started as a pilot program pitched to the recovering troops of Iraq and Afghanistan at Walter Reed Medical Center in Washington, D.C.
We started working with wounded warriors at Walter Reed. We started to have a lot of success. We started to branch out and work with a lot of different wounded warriors and disabled veterans and family members as well who were affected. You wound a warrior, you wound a family member.
Today, Team River Runner has almost 40 chapters around the country, hundreds of volunteers, thousands of veterans.
And yet the three big things about it, we're underutilized, underfunded, and relatively unknown. You know, we're taking individuals out in kayaks and paddling that are blind, wearing whitewater, with wounded warriors leading them. Incomplete quadriplegics are paddling kayaks. We've yet to meet a disability we can't put in a boat.
Like the vets who ride its whitewater, the river churns rambunctious, unbridled, untamed. Team River Runner volunteers are teaching thousands of wounded veterans to navigate the challenges of the river, to navigate the challenges of their lives.
And it's really fabulous mix because the veterans are able to come back home, have a sport that they get real passion for, and so it's a great sort of landing zone for veterans who are looking for their next role in society.
My vehicle was ambushed with 4 RPGs, and the first one came through the windshield and took my arm right off. And then we had 4 more hit the truck, and it was a bad day.
Mark DeVay lost his arm in the blast. He joined Team River Runner while he was recovering in San Antonio. He is now training to be instructor certified, so he can teach fellow service members whitewater kayaking.
To come out and to be able to challenge myself every time I'm on the water is great therapy for me, and I know it's great therapy for other wounded service members.
Service members like Robbie Lau,
In 2007, I was wounded in Iraq.
who first started paddling with Team River Runner in the pool at Walter Reed.
When I first came to Team River Runner, I was in a really dark place.
And Hunter McGow, like so many American heroes, overwhelmed with the physical and emotional trauma he had endured. He emerged from his tour of duty disabled, divorced, and desperate. The water was his savior.
It's just an amazing therapeutic thing that I can do, just to get out there and just enjoy the surrounding, enjoy the sounds, the sights, actually feeling the water in the paddle. It's unique, and it's very therapeutic, very therapeutic.
Since 2004, Team River Runner has been rescuing wounded warriors by putting a paddle in their hands.
And there's the choice to live, and I'm a big fan of living.
Brandon Huff lost his leg in a cloud of dust in Mosul, Iraq. The river was his ticket back to a life of adventure, of adrenaline for his warrior's heart.
A lot of it's the camaraderie. I mean, you go from these experiences where you're surrounded by this group of guys who are closer to you than family to being in a hospital room and knowing that they're there for you to rescue you and potentially save your life is really powerful.
And you play, you do different tricks.
Joe Mornini is recklessly passionate about Team River Runner because he's seen the success. A special ed teacher for 40 years, Mornini believes in the healing power of the river. He has seen his program save lives.
He had a gun, he had a note, he knew where he was going to go, and my call, helped him to make a different decision. And what I'm hoping is that in our country, there'll be other volunteers and other wounded warriors that will reach out and touch someone who's in that dark place, and will be able to reach out and pull them out of it. The river connects us all. Water heals. Can't say any simpler than that. Water heals.
And now, the healing power of rushing water has lured another sort of veteran to the shoreline, a performance leadership company of fighter pilots, the men and women of Check-6. Founder of Check-6, Brian Brurud.
I came here with one expectation, and I'm leaving with something completely different.
Brew is no stranger to combat, one of the most decorated and respected U.S. naval fighter pilots since the Vietnam War. Injured during a training exercise, Brew broke his back when he ejected from a jet. He knows the challenges these wounded warriors face.
This whole experience for me has redefined what the possible is. When you're paddling next to somebody who's missing an arm, but yet you don't even see that they're missing an arm because they're that good at it. And they've made a long journey to get to that point. It redefines for me just that, what is possible.
There are a surprising number of similarities between Team River Runner and Check-6. Mastering the basics, overcoming challenges, safety first.
During the process of being in rapids and out of my boat, completely out of control, and what defines where I end up is the water itself, nature. And in the middle of that, I had my shipmates giving me instructions, reminding me of the training that I had so that I could not hurt myself, not put anybody else in jeopardy, and ultimately ended up back in the boat, and here we go again. It's exactly what we do at Check-6.
The veterans of Check-6 know the value of best practices, safety standards, and proven solutions. They have found a partner in Team River Runner.
They have taught me perseverance.
Scott Jethro Kelly is a world-class paddler and vice president of sales at Check-6. He saw the common threads between his company and Team River Runner and wanted to tie the two together.
Team River Runner is exactly what you want to support your vets. An organization that takes all the money and puts it toward the vets rather than putting it toward an administration.
It's money well spent on human hearts. Last year, more vets were lost to suicide than combat death, a tragedy of epic proportion. Check-6 believes Team River Runner is part of the solution, an answer to those cries for help from veterans who are living in a very dark world.
The fact that Check-6 is a disabled veteran-owned company, and that we're taking care of family, because we understand what it's like for these guys coming back, and to help out this process of being able to get back into an adventurous lifestyle again, to be able to be a part of a team and to be able to work with each other. And that's the part that's really exciting, and it's so much enjoyable to be able to be a part of this.
A day on the river, paddle in hand, where Class 3 rapids level the playing field, where the able-bodied paddle in awe of amputees. Check-6 and Team River Runner, rescuing American patriots, one whitewater adventure at a time.